All right, a very confusing situation. So I'll briefly explain what's going on, and then I kind of want to go over this article, to help you or help me, all of us, kind of further understand the complicated situation. Okay, to back up a little bit, we thought we were going to get the Gennady Golovkin Canelo Trilogy in September. It's not going to happen. We know that now. It's probably going to be 2020 if it ever happens. But I mean, there's just a lot going on here. So, look. Basically, it forces Gennady Golovkin, the situation, we'll get into it. It forces Golovkin to either take on a really tough opponent, right? Or a really bad opponent. Okay, that's the only two options he has right now because Canelo has put him in a terrible situation. I mean, just a really bad situation. I think he's got to choose between Charlo or Demetrius Andrade. Because we can't get another fight like a Steve Rolls. Not going to happen. I mean, DAZN won't approve it. It's not going to happen, okay? And it is a little bit disappointing that Gennady Golovkin has basically, based the entire, past 3 years of his career, right? Chasing Canelo. I mean, in one way or another, or not Golden Boy, but Golovkin does what Golden Boy, whatever they force him to do, right? He's always either being benched. I mean, remember during the Chavez fight, the fight you're looking at right now, I covered it as press. Remember, they told Golovkin, you can't fight, but Canelo can. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya said, if you fight, we're not going to allow you to fight Canelo because you could get hurt or something like that. So, we need to make sure you're healthy, that kind of thing. So you can go back to the beginning. And he's constantly getting screwed over, but it's kind of his own fault. I mean, to be honest. So again, it's a very complicated. It's very complicated. But what we have, Canelo is basically using the IBF in the Sergey Darvianchenko fight in order to duck the trilogy and, like I said, force Gennady Golovkin into a dangerous opponent. Okay, kind of clever what they're doing. And remember, Canelo just beat Daniel Jacobs. So why would Canelo fight a guy that lost to Daniel Jacobs? It doesn't make any sense, okay? It makes no sense whatsoever. The only thing I can come up with is it puts Golovkin in a bad spot, because now he thinks, oh, I'm going to get, the Canelo Trilogy, but he doesn't. So what does he do now? I mean, he just fought Steve Rolls. We can't have another fight like that. So again, he's got to go after a Charlo or a Demetrius Andrade. You can't have think about it from a DAZN's point of view, right? From DAZN. You can't have Canelo fighting Sergey Darvianchenko and then Golovkin fighting some nobody. They're not going to allow it. I mean, think about it. It's not rocket science, okay, what's happening here. And also keep in mind, DAZN, like they said, they would only approve the Golovkin Trilogy or the Sergey Kovalev fight. But now they have no choice basically to accept whoever in the hell Canelo wants to fight. I mean, I don't understand why, they won't just stand up to Golden Boy or Canelo and say, no, you're on our platform. We're not going to approve it. We don't want Sergey Darvianchenko. We want Golovkin. We want Kovalev, or Charlo or Demetrius Andrade, somebody, right? So I don't understand why, they can just get away with it. So it doesn't make sense to me. And if I remember right, Darvianchenko was the mandatory for Gennady Golovkin, and everyone claimed Golovkin was ducking this guy when he took the Vanez-Marty Rosen fight. I mean, I could be wrong, but I kind of remember. So I don't know. I'm just wondering, why, in this guy, Darvianchenko, why in the hell is this guy getting another shot at the IBF? I mean, it again, doesn't make any sense. He just lost to Daniel Jacobs. Now he's going to fight Canelo. Like, good for him. Hey, I'm happy for him. But, like I said, I believe Canelo is using that fight to force Gennady Golovkin into something he doesn't want to do, or just into a bad situation, in between a rock and a hard place, right? Because, I mean, again, think about it. If you're Golovkin, you're planning for the trilogy. DAZN is like, oh, yeah, we got you, Triple G. You're going to get this, you're going to get it. We want that fight. We gave Canelo $350 million. We're throwing around hundreds of millions of dollars. We're going to make it happen. And then Canelo says, no, I'm not going to do it. So now, if you're Gennady Golovkin, what do you do? What the hell do you do? You can't go fight another Rolls, you can't. And now you have, like I said, two of the biggest stars, one of them fighting a Darvianchenko, which, look, that's not Think about it, okay? That's not going to bring new people to the platform, okay? Canelo, Darby, and Checo is not going to bring new people to the platform. So now they're going to lean on Gennady Golovkin to show up. He goes, hey, you know, you got to produce, buddy. We're paying you a lot of money, you know? So again, I mean, there's no other logical explanation. It puts him in a terrible situation. By the way, here's me covering another Premier Boxing Champion fight when I was, whatever. I'm not, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it. Whatever, you see it. But anyway, it puts him in a bad spot. So, you know, I'm curious to see who Golovkin's gonna fight, or is he gonna just not fight anybody? I mean, I don't even think that he can do that, right? Because now he's obligated under contract, you know, to take on an opponent. You know, who's he going to fight? I mean, I think, my personal opinion, I think it should be Demetrius Andrade. That's who I think. You know, I think he looked like crap in his last fight. And but although you guys know I just covered the Charlo fight, and I was there with Al Heyman's right-hand man, and he told me that Charlo's going to fight Demetrius Andrade next. So it could be, think about this, okay, you got Charlo tied up with Demetrius Andrade, Canelo fighting Sergey Darby and Checo. I mean, who does that leave, right? I mean, because now, who? I mean, Billy Joe Saunders? I mean, I don't know. You know, maybe Daniel Jacobs rematch. I mean, who the hell does it leave? Okay, so it puts Golovkin in a terrible situation, and I guarantee you, look, let's say Golden Boy didn't do this intentionally, like they didn't sit down at the round table and go, all right, look, you know, we're going to dodge the trilogy, and we're going to make, you know, Golovkin, you know, fight like a dangerous opponent, because if he loses, then we don't have to do the trilogy, right? No more trilogy if he loses. So, you know, let's say they didn't sit down and have that little Dr. Evil conversation. It's at least a thought in their head. They at least thought, yeah, well, hey, you know, on the bright side, you know, now Golovkin's, you know, forced to do something he doesn't want to do. You know, they at least had that fleeting thought at a bare minimum, okay? At a bare minimum. And, you know, and again, the Canelo, he'll be at T-Mobile Arena. What the hell, at T-Mobile Arena? Look, I was going to read the article that really breaks it down, you know, probably a lot better than I can do right now. But that's the bullet points. You guys get the gist of it. You know, I mean, to backtrack, like I said, we thought we were getting the trilogy. I was even told by a very, very credible source, and I'll reveal who it is pretty soon. I'm going to talk to him and see if it's okay if I tell you who told me this. I mean, it's someone directly connected in the fight. I mean, they couldn't be more connected. I mean, I can't say who it is, but I was told for sure we're getting the trilogy, and that's what, and he wasn't lying to me. I mean, that's what he was told. That was the plan, and then Canelo pulled the plug. I mean, look, even as media, all we can do is bring you what we're told, and these guys, look, they can back out at any minute, and everything changes, you know. So it doesn't mean we're bringing you, you know, unreliable or uncredible information. It just means in boxing, things can change overnight. I mean, things can change minute to minute. So I don't know, guys, I'm babbling. I'm going to try to do a video a day, even if it's not the greatest, you know, content or whatever. You know, I need to be a little more active on here. So I'm going to try to do a video a day. So what do you think? I mean, I don't think it's a terrible fight either, to be honest. I mean, you know, Sergey Darby and Checo, yeah, I mean, it was a close decision. And remember, he had just beat the guy, Colclay or whatever his name was, and barely beat him to go into the Daniel Jacobs fight, and then he lost, you know. And then, like I said, Canelo beats Jacobs, so why is Canelo fighting a guy that beat the guy that lost to the guy? That doesn't make any sense. So, I don't know, guys. Leave your comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Leave it below.